All right, guys, it's Miss Corbin again. This time we're going to be looking at email. It's very important that you learn how to use your school email account because that's often how teachers communicate with you outside of the school day is through your email. And also too later on in when you get out of school, you're going to be using email in just about any career or any post-secondary education that you go into. So it's just a good practice to learn to do. Um, some little email etiquette for you real fast before we log in. You need to check your email probably 1 or 2 times a week. Every day would be best, especially if you tend to get a lot of email or especially if you're in school. You'll want to check that every day. Um, Also, too, if someone emails you, it's a good rule of thumb that about 2 days, once you receive an email, you need to answer back within 2 days. That's just, being friendly using email. I know Miss Corbin's kind of preaching to the choir here. Sometimes she doesn't get back within that 2 days, but you need to strive to get to answer back within 2 days. Okay, so if you watched the Chrome tutorial earlier, you noticed or you heard that I bookmarked my school email so that I do not have to type in that web address every time. But if you don't have that bookmarked yet, then your address is simply login.microsoftonline.com. Okay. Now, if you're in Chrome, if you're using Chrome and you want to bookmark this page, don't forget, go over here to your 3 bars or 3 dots, go down to bookmark, over to bookmark this page, and it'll bring you right here every time. Okay, so you're going to want to put in your email address, your school email address, and that is going to be your first name dot last name, and then a little at symbol. And then for students, you've got to include stu.webster.kyschools.us. I'm going to take out the STU part because as a teacher, I don't have to have that. Okay, so don't forget that. Commonly, people forget that. All right, and so then you're going to put in your it's going to ask me a work or school account, and then you're going to put in your password. It's very important that you remember your password. Set it as something that you will remember. Okay, so my email is opening here. Okay, so you see I have a whole lot of email here. So your email appears over here in this toolbar on the left. I have my inbox over here. I have my deleted items. I am able to put things into folders. As you see, like my Google Drive, I have lots of folders, lots of email. And you may also want to organize your email that way as well, because if you don't, your email begins to look like mine does, and there's a lot of mail in there. Okay, so let's just open one here. This is just a spam one that I get, but we'll pretend like this is a real email. So some things I can reply back to this person. Over here are some tools you're going to want to use. If you click here, it gives you some options. I can reply, I can forward, I can delete. So let's pretend I want to reply to this. So I hit reply, and it opens up a box down here, and I'm able to type in a message and then hit send. Before I send it, if I want to attach something, I just hit the little paper clip and I find the file probably on my computer and I attach it and send it. Okay, I'm going to cancel that. All right, I can also send an image as well if I need to. Okay, and so I also had the option to forward. if I click forward, I have to put in someone's email address. Now, as you frequently email people, you'll notice that the program will remember people that you've emailed in the past, and it'll pull them up. So if it's somebody that you email quite a bit, then once you type it in that first time, it will remember it. So, but that first time you will have to type in the person's email address, and you want to be very careful about how you type that in, because if you get one letter or character wrong, your email will not go through, and it will not get to the person that you want it to get to. Okay, so just click 2, type in the person's email address, and you can just hit send up here. You can hit send down here. You can also discard if you decide, I don't want to send that email. You hit discard, a box pops up just asking you to confirm that you want to discard it. Okay, so let's talk about some things you can do to clean out your inbox. All right, there's 2 ways to delete messages. You can do it one at a time by clicking on this trash can, and it'll send it to the trash. Or if you're wanting to do several at one time, you can check them. And then you notice that over here, it's got 4 conversations selected. I can hit delete and delete them all at one time. So if you want to, and I recommend that you keep your email inbox cleaned out, because it does tend to get a little full every now and then. Be careful, on apps and things that ask for your email address. If you put in your school email address, you're going to begin to get lots of junk email like what I get. Now you can label these as junk so that you don't get them up here on this email. If this is junk, then I can click junk and it'll send it to my clutter folder, or I can hit unsubscribe and quit getting emails from them altogether. All right, once you're deleted items, when you delete an email, it doesn't really delete it. It just puts it in your deleted items folder, which is right over here. And so you have to empty your deleted items from time to time. So you can just right click and you can delete all of those deleted emails at one time, or you can go back in and delete them one by one, whatever your preference is. Okay? All right, so let's see. There's some things later on in the school year, especially if you're an incoming freshman, we'll learn how to customize your email a little bit and add a signature to your email and just some other things. But for right now, this is just the basic how to use your email. Once you're done with your email, you want to make sure that you come over here to your name and your picture, and you want to click there, and it'll give you the option to sign out. You want to sign out. Okay, and then it'll lead you to this page, and you'll want to make sure that you close this browser window when you're finished. Okay, so that's basic email. Make sure that, especially on the first day or first few days of school, that you begin to collect your teachers' email addresses. They will give them to you. It's a great way to communicate with your teachers, because you can send the email in your time and then they can answer the email when it's convenient for them. So it's a great way to communicate rather than like staying after class and waiting. So it just makes it easier. So I recommend that you begin to use your school email to communicate with teachers. And if you encounter any problems, just stop by the WCHS Media Center and we'll try to see what's going on and get it figured out. See you later, guys. Have a great year.